electric motorcycles suck.
Oh yeah, bullshit.
Come on, baby!
Oppa Gangnam Style.
The Toothpaste.
Fucking hit! Ah, damn it!
Now we're going to do something extremely fun.
Oh yeah, bullshit.
Chocolate chip.
I'm on a whole other level! Always been!
Live from Command Center Alpha 1, it's the Our Big Dumb Mouth podcast. Now, here's your hosts, Midnight Mike, Juicy Joe, a.k.a. Franktown, and Gretchen.
I can show you hours of men having sex and defecating on the ground and peeing on each other.
Oh, boy.
I don't want to see hours of that.
Hell of a way to start the show up there. My bad. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to another fun-filled podcast adventure. Yay. My name's Midnight Mike, and Cretched is over there.
In honor of Joe, I have also gone out and broken many people's feet.
Yay! It's everywhere!
Yeah, Joe is still not here.
Fuck off!
He posted a photo of his foot in the carrot shop. I couldn't tell if it was a good or bad photo. It seemed pretty bad.
It's brutal. And he didn't really say that we couldn't share it. He also didn't say to share it. So
I'm not going to post that thing. I mean, one man's foot, that's his private business what he does with that foot. Who he shows that foot to.
It was, yeah.
It's all an elaborate ruse because, Joe sent in another message. And this is what Joe's up to right here.
Hi, this is Joe from the Our Big Dumb Mouth podcast. Sorry I'm not on the show today, but I'm at Dodger Stadium hanging out with a bunch of nuns. It's a great day for a baseball game and some hot dogs. By the way, the Blue Jays offer a signature foot-long Garrison Creek hot dog topped with peppers and onions, along with other unique sausage varieties, such as a Mediterranean sausage. Peace out, drugs, or sex.
Wow, what a statement.
Why is he always pitching random foods?
I don't know. It seems like Joe is a foodie now. He is all about the foods and promoting the things that he loves. And so,
if he was a true foodie, his anecdote about that food would be far longer than the actual details about the food itself.
Yeah, so he's probably more of a pitch man than a foodie. So yeah, maybe he's shilling. Maybe he's got a part-time gig we don't know about.
He's trying to get on the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, Joe is still injured, but he might be popping in at any point in time. We don't know. We don't know where Joe is. He's very elusive. He's very secretive, very, very crafty. He's very crafty. You never know where he might pop up. Oh, boy. It is Wednesday, people. You know this. I don't have to tell you. I guess.
Oh.
I mean, most people listen on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So, sorry, but you know what day it is. It is Alex Jones Clips of the Week. But by the way, Alex Jones has been on vacation. For some reason, he felt it necessary to take an extended Hawaiian vacation to get away from all the New World Order stuff and really focus on what's important, which is relaxation, being with the family, and just enjoying life as much as you can. But we like him being on the air and getting all riled up. But we don't have too many clips like that. We have a few, not too many, but we have a couple here that gets managed to get for us.
I'm all riled up.
So here it is. Owen Schroyer was subbing in for him. And so we'll see what we got here. I mean, it's anybody's game at this point of what could happen. So I don't know what that means, but here it is. This is from Monday. This is when he started to call into his own show.
You really are dumbasses. Here's the Jews. They're going to take your speech away. Holy bleep. This video's insane. I don't want to be forced to take shots. Why are you anti-Semitic? I don't want open borders and crime. Why are you anti-Semitic? I don't want fentanyl coming across. Why are you anti-Semitic? I don't want global government. I don't want to lose my free speech. I don't want to be surveilled. Why are you anti-Semitic? I said, I want a cup of coffee. Why are you anti-Semitic? I wipe my ass when I take a dump. Why are you anti-Semitic? I love Hitler and the Jews are bad. I love Hitler. You go deliver this pound of marijuana.
I think that's just like him talking to the concierge at the hotel he's at.
Yeah, say it. Was that on the show or just him talking?
I don't know. It sounds like someone just held a phone up and said, "Oh, Alex Jones is at the front desk. This is what he's doing." Then we have him on Tuesday. Here we go.
It's run by Jews, and they're the ones doing it. Labeling Jew on every topic. Hey, we shouldn't have human smuggling. That's anti-Semitic. Hey, we shouldn't have fentanyl coming to us. That's anti-Semitic. Hey, I think there's some election fraud. Anti-Semitic. Hey, I'm against this war. Anti-Semitic. Saying, I want to know if we should, blow up the power grid to stop the New World Order. We speak for black men. Cut your balls off. Yeah, let's blow up the power grid. You people are bonkers. Boop, 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 boop.
And his wife's probably in the next room waiting for him to get done so they can go to the pool. And he's doing boop, boop, boop noises.
I assume they're standing in line somewhere for like a restaurant.
Yeah,
he's like, I got 5 minutes. Let me call in.
Let me call into the show and do my routine I've been working on. But I'll do my alien noise bit. And then here he was today. He couldn't stay off the show. He probably got kicked out of probably 17 public pools. And so he's forced to go back to his motel room and do the show.
I'm going to kill you, Mr. Ed's daughter.
Good Lord.
Chelsea Clinton. The nose hairs are spectacular. I need to trim them. Crew's like, hey, man, you got boogers hanging out your nose. I'm like, no, those are Jim. As you get older, you lose hair on the top of your head and you grow it in your ears and your nose. I could braid my nose hairs. The damn things grow like an inch a week or something. I trimmed them 4 days ago. They define white supremacists as anybody that can find their ass with one hand.
How long did he go on a diatribe about nose hair?
I don't know. He gets cut down, and I'm sure he probably went on at least twice as long, explaining to everyone about his nose hair. It's probably the camera shot he's got. It's like all those at home, on laptop stuff that has an up angle because of where the laptop camera is, and so you're shooting up someone's nose, and that's what you're looking at. It's horrible.
Or was he again just standing in line talking to the person next to him?
Could be standing in line for Chi-Chi's, very popular restaurant on the Hawaiian Island, that's for sure.
Does Chi-Chi still exist?
I bet there's at least one Chi-Chi. There's probably a lone holdout out there that refuses to go down.
Refuses to collapse.
Yeah.
Let's see. Apparently still in Belgium.
There you go. There's one last Chi-Chi's in Belgium. I almost said Bee Gees.
Bee Gees. So they did bankrupt in the U.S. and Canada in 2004. In 2002, somebody purchased the franchise rights for Belgium, as well as North Africa and China.
Looking to expand, are they?
There's one in Brussels. So, yeah, I guess if you happen to be visiting NATO, stop by Chi-Chi's.
All right. And see the Bee Gees while you're at the Chi-Chi's.
The Bee Gees at Chi-Chi's. Say that 3 times fast.
Oh, boy. Let's get to some headlines here. Here we go. In the UFO community, everyone was all riled up today.
I'm all riled up.
They were all riled up today because NASA did its big UAP conference. This is where NASA came out. They had a panel of scientists up there looking their best, and they were reviewing some UAP footage. They were going over some of their explanations, some of their findings. And I got to say, it was a bit of a snooze fest.
No, you don't say.
Hard to believe. And I did pick out one little bit here. This is a piece of audio. It's really, I probably could play it. I could probably play. Oh, I don't even have the link to the video. It was so lackluster that I didn't even pick up the video. But this is Dr. Kirkpatrick talking about the metal orbs that have been spotted, and they just need more data on these things.
This is an example of one that I showed at the hearing recently. This is a spherical orb, metallic, in the Middle East, 2022, by an MQ-9. I will come back to the sensor question that David raised here in a moment. This is a typical example of the thing that we see most of. We see these all over the world, and we see these in making very interesting apparent maneuvers. This one in particular, however, I would point out, demonstrated no enigmatic technical capabilities and was no threat to airborne safety. While we are still looking at it, I don't have any more data other than that. And so being able to come to some conclusion is going to take time until we can get better resolved data on similar objects that we can then do a larger analysis on. Next slide, please.
Next slide. And that's basically they go on.
He's talking about the water droplets on this lens.
They did rule out water droplets. They did. They ruled out water droplets and pools of water. They ruled out all this stuff. So these are actual objects in the sky, and like you said, they are being seen worldwide. Now they don't know what they are. They could be balloons. They could be UAPs, genuine UFOs. They simply do not know. And by the way, NASA in this group, are only examining unclassified material, things that anyone else has access to. They are not reviewing any classified material at all. And it was a bit of a letdown. I mean, I don't know really what people were expecting. I don't know what I was expecting. You hope for something that's interesting, new, maybe a drip of information that you haven't heard before. But we didn't get that. We got a lot of people on stage that were basically just sitting there, and they did debunk some older video, like the Go Fast video, where they said the object they originally thought was going hundreds, if not 1,000 miles an hour. Well, it was going more like 40 miles an hour due to a miscalculation where the footage was moving. It's like a parallax kind of effect where it was a bad estimation initially on the footage. So they debunked that. And honestly, the whole thing seemed like a bit of a debunking. Like they were initially, people were really excited that the DOD is open to UAPs. Now NASA and the Air Force, but everything we've seen thus far seems to be a gradual rollback of disclosure, and not much interesting or new information has come out.
What if there was some way they could tie the constant appearance of, or continuous appearance of these UAPs to somehow a larger military industrial complex budget?
I think, and that's what they were saying. They didn't say it in so many words, but they said they needed better evidence and access to more data, and that translates to they need more money.
I need the money.
They need the money. I think that's all it really translates to.
Okay, I need money.
So here's
so is that where Alex was? He wasn't on a show because he was in Congress telling them he needed money.
Maybe. I mean, that's a good explanation as any. But here's a couple takeaways from the UAP NASA UAP hearing, and this is a good rundown. NASA UAP report being released this summer. Let's see here. They said scientists and panelists have been getting harassed by people in the UFO community.
Sure, because we've heard that for years. UFO community, they get all riled up. So they come after you.
That's what it said. That's what people were saying on Twitter. But they alluded to government harassment, and Dr. Kirkpatrick hinted at this too. So Dr. Kirkpatrick is the head of the AARO, and he's a bit of a divisive character right now. He does have ties to various intelligence agencies. There are people that are trying to present information and data to him that he's refusing to look at or just has decided not to look at. So there's a lot of mixed things going on with that guy who was presenting today some of the findings, but also leads up the AARO. It goes on to say NASA are studying unclassified data. Say the origins of a lot of UAP sightings are still unclear. One of their goals is to reduce the stigma around the topic in academic and scientific communities. Anomalous UAP cases make up a total of 2 to 5% of the overall 800 cases they have looked at. And so that means they have not enough data to make a conclusion on that, or they're really interesting, like interesting aerial maneuvers. They need more data, but quite frankly, some of that stuff that is in existence is probably classified, and they don't have access to it. They do say that they get hundreds of UAP reports a month, and so of those hundreds, 2 to 5%, that's quite significant if they can't account for what exactly they are. And maybe this is, I'm not reading down the bullet list here right now, but I read that whistleblower statement from 4chan a few episodes ago, where the whistleblower from 4chan was basically saying that the majority of the UFOs that are genuine and sighted here circling north, those are drones. They're not operated by an entity or a living creature in the craft, or just drones. And I like that explanation. Maybe it's what they're seeing up there.
Are they human drones, or are they alien drones?
Alien drones is what the whistleblower was saying.
So they're more like probes.
Probes, yeah.
Okay.
NASA is planning to build a UAP reporting app. So how about that?
That'll do it. Because the government's really good at making apps.
That's right.
They don't find eyewitness sightings and mobile phone footage to be credible enough by itself. They require more scientific data to warrant further investigation. Okay.
Wait, read that part again. They don't consider eyewitness data to be enough.
They don't find eyewitness sightings and mobile phone footage to be credible enough by itself, but require more scientific data to warrant further investigations into sightings.
But they're going to put out an app that runs on your phone, but they don't want you to take pictures with your phone.
Exactly.
That doesn't make any sense.
This is what they're doing. The UK government is now actively involved in UFO UAP study. Metallic orbs, the one that I played the clip from, metallic orbs are the UFOs commonly seen all over the world by the AARO. They make very interesting apparent maneuvers. So, whatever that means.
Yeah, what's interesting? Like they write their name in the sky?
I guess the angles of which they traverse the skies and the speed, acceleration. I don't know. They weren't very clear, at least not that I
But it's interesting.
heard. Yeah, that's the most interesting part, that these metallic orbs are seen all over the world, and they don't know exactly what they are just yet. So that's something. And that's pretty much it. It was, I don't know if it was a waste of time, but it was a waste of your time.
If you think it's bordering on waste of time, then good Lord.
I'm really digging here. I'm really digging here, But I do have some more UFO headlines that I would love to share with everyone out there. Here we go.
Wait, we didn't resolve. Did the UAP office get more money?
I don't think that they did.
No.
I think they cut their budget. Like after that lackluster performance, you lose money.
If after this bull crap, I'm taking $10 away from you.
Yeah.
Cough it up. We're going to tow your car.
No, they need to get their parking validated, else they're going to get towed. That's why they went to the conference.
No more catered lunches. You guys brown bag it from now on.
I appreciate them putting in an effort, I guess. I don't know. I mean,
it almost sounds like it was a half-hearted effort, though. Like they had a requirement to go report to Congress. So they're like, I don't know, talk about these things.
Well, this wasn't really in front of Congress. This is like their own press conference. They put this on. It was streamed to nasa.gov.
Oh, it was NASA just doing it. Okay.
This was just NASA doing it.
Need another 7 astronauts.
Yeah. It is about budget. It's partially about that.
Yes.
And you know who's the head of NASA, don't you? Well,
Bill Nelson.
Yeah, that dude looks like an alien, by the way. I'll find a picture of him. You know who Bill Nelson reports to?
Yeah.
Me, Hulk Hogan.
That's exactly right. Damn it, I fall for it every time. I was going to say Kamala Harris, so she'll get that shit done.
Here's a headline for everyone out there. UFO press event to present definitive evidence of black projects.
That's good news.
Like Black Lives Matter?
These are just black projects, like
racists.
I would say that these are off books for the most part. Yeah. So here we go. The event will offer definitive evidence of illegal, unacknowledged black budget projects related to UFOs. The event, which is scheduled to take place June 12th, will be presented by celebrated UFO researcher Dr. Stephen M. Greer, who will also be joined by several government whistleblowers, including a Marine who allegedly witnessed a man-made UAP in Indonesia.
Oh, really?
Wait, what the hell's a man-made UAP?
I don't know. A man-made UFO would make more sense. A man-made UAP, because that would mean it would be an unidentified, an aerial phenomenon. But that's kind of weird.
That doesn't. A man-made UFO or a man, unless he's talking about that, like here's just a oddball craft that somebody built, like all the crazy stuff that the Air Force had in the 1950s.
Possibly.
Or was it Jetpack Man?
Undetermined. We're still trying to track down Jetpack Man.
He's out there.
Seriously, we are. We're trying to track down Jetpack Man. No one knows.
Solving crimes.
No one knows where Jetpack Man is.
I fly a jetpack spraying human feces on people.
Are they? Out in Hawaii doing that, spreading the good cheer.
Alex is on vacation, and we spot Jetpack.
How do you think he got to Hawaii with his jetpack?
His jetpack.
He flew over
35 miles an hour.
He flew over there.
Just out there.
With his wife dangling from his ankle.
Hang on, honey. This'll take a while.
I fly a jetpack spraying human feces on people.
We know.
I have to land every 30 seconds.
It's a helicopter, but that's the best you can do. Well, as part of the presentation, the UFO archive of the Disclosure Project, which contains 5 terabytes of data on black projects and UFO sightings, will also be unveiled. Dr. Greer will even reveal details about a planned racketeering influence corrupt organization, so a RICO lawsuit set to be initiated in response to illegal military and corporate projects.
Nah, it never happens.
Wouldn't you have to get permission? Technically, if they are like government contractors, aren't they under the umbrella of the federal government? You need permission to sue at that point? I don't know.
Need permission to sue them or for them to sue you?
You need permission to sue the federal government. Maybe not defense contractors. I mean, you might be able to sue them.
It depends how the contract's written. I mean, you can sue your hiring agency for any sort of breach of contract. That happens all the time. In fact, I'll just throw this number out there. In general, large-scale commercial construction involving government, upwards of 30% of contracts end in lawsuits.
That's right.
And that's just them like building a building for the city. So, yeah.
Well, there's certainly no doubt that the event will be herald a considerable release of UFO UAP related information. It remains to be seen whether or not any of it will fundamentally change anything. Dr. Greer himself has spent decades researching UFOs and collecting data, so it will be interesting to see what he has discovered. The event will take place at the National Press Club in Washington, D.C. on June 12th. So right around the corner here. I'll be interested, Dr. Greer's a very divisive character in the UFO community. He did a lot of document research in the 90s, early 2000s, has claimed to have debriefed many a former government official. And then he... right after he released the documentary Unacknowledged, which really I think was well put together, he started to go into the CE5 protocols, where he would take a group of people out into the desert or off the coast of someplace, and they would get into these meditative circles. They would start to meditate in order to conjure UFOs, entities, is what Dr. Greer is claiming. So using his protocols, you could summon what he claims to be aliens, interdimensional entities. Now, there's not much good photography. I went over this. You can look up on the podcast. I covered that documentary. I think it's called Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind, and there's even some videos that we've had up where I found the best pictures I could from that documentary, and I presented them. They look like colored blurs, motion blurs on film, and there's not much typical alienness to it. So alienness. I'm open to the idea of what he's doing, but it's divisive.
What if they're interdimensional entities? By the way, I like that theory better than I do the interplanetary stuff. Interdimensional entities, and they exist in a dimension primarily in energy form. So wouldn't they then appear as blobs of energy sort of thing?
Yeah, it's possible. Like I like the interdimensional theory as well. I didn't have...
I said I liked it first.
Okay. Well,
claim it.
I'll be second. It's fine. I don't have Skinwalker Ranch clips this week because I was waiting for them to put out a new episode. But so hopefully maybe Saturday or next Wednesday I'll have clips. And I'm working on my Skinwalker Ranch theory. And it is basically a UFO theory as well, where it could be that they are interacting with a parallel civilization. Like a parallel reality to a certain degree. Because there's certain things in the Hunt for Skinwalker book that could easily lead people down that path. They're looking at it from an angle, well, this has got to be UFOs. This is some kind of technology from off-world. Well, what if it's in a world that's just right next to ours? Like that the TV show Fringe. Fringe was a TV show on ABC where it dealt with parallel realities and how they interact with each other. I thought it was ABC. It could have been Fox. Yeah,
I never saw any of it, so I'm just throwing that out there.
But I'll delve into that a little bit maybe next week.
So, do you think that thing that they were capturing somewhat on footage of that weird phenomenon, let's call it a weird anomaly, like 30 feet off the ground, would that, based on your theory, which I do like, that maybe that's kind of a weak point or a thin point between the dimensions?
Yeah, I think that could be the fabric is a little thinner there. Like they fell down and tore their knee in their jeans, and then you can poke your fingers through there sometimes.
And that's why they need to, next time they do that, they need to send an intern into it.
Mm-hmm. Put the head of the intern in that hole. Mm-hmm. Let us know what you see.
Yes.
Poke your head in there. It's like Stargate. So the first time they open up Stargate, what's the guy do? They send a robot through, and then the guy just reaches in. Like, I wouldn't freaking do that.
Yeah, that robot got totally messed up, didn't it?
No, I thought they found that on the other side, didn't they?
Oh, I don't remember. Think of a different robot.
Poor robot.
I just assume robots get messed up all the time when you send them in first. In every movie, it never really works out.
They don't have any value. Fuck them.
I got another little headline for everyone out there. Let's move on. All right. Here we go. Aliens have been... What have they been doing? Oh, they have been mutilating sheep in Wales, UFO hunters claim.
That's a huge piece of news.
Now we're moving over to the UK here.
Do you need a permit to hunt UFOs?
No. In certain states, they offer permits to hunt Bigfoot, but not to hunt UFOs. I think UFO hunting is akin to storm chasing, where...
Oh, they're not actually going out there and just blasting away.
No, not to my knowledge.
See. Well, that was far more interesting, my thought on it.
Yeah, it's much more fun. Well, a spat of mysterious sheep deaths in Welsh Cambrian mountains have been attributed to extraterrestrial visitors. Unexplained animal deaths, often exhibiting unusual wounds such as clean-cut incisions, indicative of surgical precisions, are a phenomenon that has cropped up time and again over the years. Many of these killings, which have been plaguing farmers in some of the most remote parts of Wales for some time, have been blamed on exotic predators or predatory cats, such as panthers, which have been confirmed in the UK, roaming the British countrysides. But now one UFO enthusiast has put forward a very different theory that might better explain the phenomenon. Helena Worth, who describes herself as an amateur scientist, maintains that the extraterrestrial intervention is to blame for the unexplained injuries typical of these sheep deaths. Well, didn't we encounter like a couple of stories, like maybe last year, where there was an amateur astrologist or amateur I forget what the term it was. But
ancient alien theorists?
No, not that. It was like some kind of like just somebody who was incredibly enthusiastic about looking at the stars, and they were doing stories in this.
I'm sure someone in the chat will remember. Yeah, it was an odd phrasing of like amateur astronomer or something or other. But
it was like a boffin, something like that. But she goes on to say here, quote, with cattle and sheep mutilations, it's always very precise cut marks or something an animal couldn't do, she said. And there aren't, and often aren't any footprints up to the animal. So there leaves no evidence humans are responsible for. So maybe it could have been something from above. There certainly is no denying that something strange is going on. Farmers in the region have been reporting unexplained sheep deaths for decades, and there are numerous well-documented cases. Many of these deaths seem to exhibit evidence of surgical precision. Not all are consistent with feral cat theories, leaving many farmers scratching their heads. Well, how no worse explanation sounds out there, it at least attempts to explain the more unusual nature of these cases. There you go. That's reported by the Mirror UK. They're blaming sheep deaths out there. We hear cattle mutilation here in the States. It's all the rage. People love it. Don't often hear about the sheep mutilations in the UK. They
leave the sheep alone here. It's only over in the UK. Ivy Bird 1984 in the chat says that the term they used was freelance, but
freelance. Yes, he's right.
But we're not coming up with the full title. I can't remember. It was an oddball thing, but it did involve freelance. So
you're right. It was freelance.
It was like freelance something, expert or something like that. And it's like, well, what the hell does that mean? You just declare yourself that and just say you're
a freelance astrophysicist or something like that.
Yeah.
It was something like you'd imagine you'd wanted a degree in. But if you're freelance, I guess you don't have to have a degree in it.
Just you work of your own accord.
I'm a freelance architect.
Check out this building I built.
Dare you to hire me. Here's the headline on this one. Ex-CIA officer encountered with reptilian alien, says reptilian race walk among us. So this guy, John Ramirez, he does the podcast rounds quite frequently. And he talks about UAPs, UFOs, and he talks about the date 2026, 2027 as being a year of very significant change. And he doesn't go into specifics. I don't think he has specifics, but he says that the CIA is very aware of that year as something big is going to happen. So that's John Ramirez.
That also, we hear 2027 about China a lot too.
Yeah, it is a popular number. Let's see if I can bring up the John Ramirez clip right here. I do have a few clips from him that, let's see here. Here's a Ramirez clip.
And I would say I've heard 2027 in a kind of an official capacity I can't reveal. So I think I would say that people in the government are aware of something happening and that there's limited time, a few more years to prepare the people, and that's what's ramping up. This acceleration from the previous 7 decades of not even acknowledging it to now we are acknowledging it at a faster and faster pace.
I'm trying to find out.
I'm trying to find out too what's going on.
You should call that guy.
So according to this article comes from howandwise.com. So in 2021, John Ramirez, who spent 25 years in the CIA, came out as a vocal speaker on UAPs and shared truthful insights on the subject that he learned throughout his career. He attained a GS-15 grade, which indicates that he worked for the agency in a relatively senior capacity. He believes that the exploration of consciousness and its connection to the unidentified aerial phenomenon issue can significantly shape our understanding of the phenomenon and their implications on humanity. In a recent interview with Into the Wild and with Hollywood, I don't know, this must be some podcast, Ramirez discussed various UFO incidents and weighs in on the subject of non-human intelligence has been around us for a long time. He refers to the narratives about the Roswell incident and mentions that there were accounts of telepathic communication with the survivors of the crash, suggesting a conscious aspect of the phenomenon from the beginning. Well, it's difficult to know if this guy is being truthful in what he believes. Is he just regurgitating stories that he has heard out in the wild for a very long time, and he's just regurgitating those stories that he's heard, but he's using his former credentials to give it more authenticity? Or is he just poisoning the well? Like, he's bored, he's retired, so he'll go on the UFO circuit saying a bunch of BS. Because, you know what, it's fun. He's got time to kill. He'll probably write a book, and, you know, he'll make a little bit of money.
I got time on my hands.
Why not? He's retired. He's got a pension at this point. And I like the guy. I like when he talks, but being former CIA, you know, it's tough to take it serious considering all the well poisoning that has been done over the years. He goes on to say, Ramirez explained that the CIA had separate divisions focusing on the aerospace and aerodynamic components of UFOs and the life science, which encompasses physiology and psychology related to the phenomenon. This indicates that the CIA's interest in exploring consciousness, which later manifested in the remote viewing program, a form of projecting one's mind to a different location. He also mentions the terms like psychoenergetics, telepathy, telekinesis, alluding to the CIA's involvement in high strangeness programs related to consciousness exploration. Ramirez believes the CIA continues to explore these capabilities to expand human consciousness and enhance human potential. So what about these lizards?
And how did he get to remote viewing from lizards?
I see here. So Ramirez discusses the topic of reptilians and their alleged involvement in society and government structures. Ramirez clarifies that when referring to reptilians, he does not mean actual lizards, but rather individuals with reptilian ancestry who may appear human. He suggests that there may have been various non-human races that aided in humanity's evolution outside of natural evolution. So he's talking.
Go ahead.
He's talking about, like, I think the royal bloodline of how rulers always tend to be related to one another in some capacity.
I'm just wondering what he means by the phrase individuals with reptilian ancestry.
I think he's talking about Obama. I think so. And Bush. Didn't it come out like someone did a genealogy chart and found out that Obama and Dick Cheney were like seventh cousins or something like that?
Obama and the Bush family are like, seventh or eighth cousins, something like that. And
you have the image of the animated GIF of V, the miniseries V, on screen right now.
Mm-hmm.
At least I think so. I just repurchased that miniseries. I'm gonna start watching it again.
The original series or V: The Final Battle?
The original miniseries.
Better blow them before we better
blow them before they blow us. That's the infamous line. Let's see if I can find it. Do I even
by Mark Singer?
Let's see here. We better blow them before they blow us. Where is? I mean, it's like one of the first clips ever.
You have too many clips with the name Blow. And
there's a lot of. I do have a lot of Blow clips. There's no doubt about that. Let's see if I can. I'm not going to. This podcast does not continue.
By the way, you were right. So Obama and Bush are 11th cousins.
Oh.
You have to go back to the 17th century. Obama and Dick Cheney are 8th cousins.
No.
Maybe 4?
No,
8.
Well, we better blow whatever's down there before it blows us.
Okay.
Thanks, Mark Singer.
All right.
Let's do it.
The extended cut co-starring Hulk Hogan.
It goes into rated X territory there, cut out for TV. It goes on to say here, Ramirez mentions a slide he presented in an interview with Jay Anderson of Project Unity, where he said humans may have had advancements and influences from other beings, including reptilian beings. Ramirez shed his view on the NRO, the National Reconnaissance Office logo, and the reptilian imagery symbols that surround that.
Let's take a look.
He goes on to say, it's interesting, though, when I look at some of the official logos launched by the NRO, which is the actual secret space program of the U.S. intelligence agency, or U.S. intelligence community. They launched secret spacecraft into orbit, and I can say that much. But they use these lizards as part of their logo, and I find that very strange. And they are lizards that are crawling all over Earth. Can you find the NRO logo with lizards?
I'm trying to find the one he's talking about. There's a couple of them. So here's one. Here we go. See if we can get a better. There's a tiny version. Let's try to get. Here we go.
I'm
see if this works.
Maybe John Ramirez is correct. Okay, there's it's the NRR logo. It looks like what kind of is that?
That's one of those
Jurassic Park dinosaurs.
Yeah, the flapjack neck ones that killed Newman.
Yes.
Yep.
It is kind of weird, and we went over the space the Space Force logos, didn't we? We went over all those logos, and those are some weird ass logos that they had.
Space Force.
So the NRO does different logos for. I'll give you this link. You can bring it up for all their different launch programs. Some of them are alien in nature, but some are like here's one of like a coyote or a Dogecoin thing. I'm not sure what the hell this is, but.
Okay, I'll bring it up. Yeah.
Power bottom lizard people.
This one's a dingo.
A dingo?
There's also a warthog with a mustache. There's a wolf.
That's funny.
Here's a gorilla with a mohawk.
Oh, really? Well, let's see that. You put that on the screen?
I gave you the link. You can get them all.
Oh, where are the links? Oh, I see.
In El Carrot Chapo.
I see. Here we go. Sorry, my bad. I want to see the...
So, NRO L108 is the gorilla with a mohawk. Scroll down there. So, 108.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Right there. Okay.
If you clicky that, you can embiggen it and then clicky it again.
Look at that guy.
It's fine. It's big enough for me. In fact, it might be too big.
That's probably, that gorilla's too big.
All right, it's just some weird, funny logos. Okay. I don't know.
No, I'm not discounting that there is some hidden imagery. Like you said, we went through the Space Force stuff with a lot of weird imagery of mythical creatures and gods and titans and all sorts of stuff. But at the same time, this could also be someone getting bored because at some point in the past, someone said we need to come up with a new logo for every mission.
Yeah, it's like, we use lizards, we use birds. I don't know. Draw a gorilla with a mohawk. I was like, okay.
By the way, in the chat, Charlie Robinson says that NROL 39 is the Octopus of Global Control logo that he used for his book.
That's for damn sure.
Okay.
Not sure if it's on that page. I'll bring it up here.
I'm in the lizard people, but okay. There it is, right there. Yeah. They haven't sued you yet, Charlie? They should sue you for using their logo. Okay. Let's, what do you say, Scratch? You want to move on and do some headlines that you got over there?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Chinese spy balloon.
They didn't mention Chinese spy balloons too much in the NASA meeting.
Yeah, what the hell, NASA? Not paying attention to Chinese spy balloons? That lady's scared. Oh, let's go with this one because there's a news story, and I know you like stories with the news story.
I love news stories. Less I got to read, the better. It really is.
So this one's about trying to correct some typos on road signs.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, let's listen to the news story. Oh, sorry, people. Got to get over to the carrot shop here. El Carrot Chapo to play the video.
All right, take a look at this photo sent
It's
to us
not,
from...
I got to replay. I got to level, compress, limit, and EQ in order to get the sound.
And
enhanced.
normalize.
I got, normalize it. Can't forget normalize. Here we go. Normalizing. Here we go. Oh, my God.
It's so dramatic.
All right, take a look at this photo sent to us from a viewer showing a street sign slip up in Virginia Beach. The Department of Public Works made a spelling error when replacing the street sign for Old Dam Neck Road. The word dam is in reference to a river dam, spelled D-A-M, but you see there they added an N. The sign was replaced quickly and cost just over $550 total. A spokesperson for Public Works says it was an unfortunate typo and that staff members have been counseled to prevent this kind of situation from happening again in the future.
Send him to jail.
What'd you do?
Why can't you spell?
I agree. We got to send these people to jail, else they're not going to learn. This is a huge mistake.
Old Dam Neck.
Old Dam Neck Road. Yeah, that's what was going on. A few residents got to see the street sign with the unfortunate typo, briefly named
My
Old
question
Dam Neck.
is, why wasn't the sign stolen by somebody?
Exactly. I mean, that is prime targets for teenagers or middle-aged men who don't have a job.
Or anybody who has a Leatherman and a ladder.
Pretty much. Virginia Beach Works told 13 News now that the cost, to take down the sign and install a replacement was $556. That includes materials and labor. So keep that in mind, people. All right.
You know what would have been cheaper? A piece of green tape over the N.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I'll give you $14,000.
Going in high with the contract to the city, huh?
Hulk overbidding.
That's probably why you didn't get the job, Hulk.
Yeah. All right, Hulk, what's your bid? That's way higher than $556.
Well, I hope someone's held accountable and preferably goes to jail for this because mistakes like this should not be made. Let's see what else you got.
I acknowledge that mistakes were made here.
All right, so this story is pseudo follow-up. We had a good amount of discussion about some license plates from Colorado.
Oh, yes.
Including some that were spelled in, let's just say, suspicious ways in order to sell them at higher value. Still want to know who has OB11. So here is a similar story, but not so much from the standpoint of they're auctioning off these license plates as much as the state of Maryland about 10 years ago, in order to celebrate the bicentennial of the U.S. flag, did not secure the website domain that they printed on hundreds of thousands of these license plates.
Oh.
So they're kind of regretting that now.
Oh, boy. Oh.
Oh, no.
Yeah, okay. Well, here we go.
Maryland license plates will be available starting next week, including the Maryland Proud license plate. And here to tell us more is MVA Administrator Chrissy Nicer. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm great. So this is super exciting. And you say you can get these basically free with the new car if you're getting a new car?
That's right. As of September 26th, we have our new Maryland Proud plate. And obviously all of us who live in Maryland, born in Maryland, we're so proud
This story
of our
may be
Maryland
unrelated
flag.
or semi-related.
Allows you to proudly display.
I think they snuck in a news story.
This sounds like a propaganda piece for the license plates.
Oh, by the way, I do want to point out that lady was way too happy for a morning host.
Especially about license plates, too. No one's that happy about license plates. So, yeah, here's the actual story. Is the URL printed on hundreds of thousands of older Maryland license plates. Currently goes to a website promoting Philippines online casino. Oh, okay.
They're lucky that's it. Someone else should buy that and turn it into like online goatsy or something.
The design and content of the War of 1812 license plates originated from the War of 1812 Bicentennial Commission, which was created in 2007. Star Spangled Banner 2000 Inc. was a nonprofit entity affiliated with the commission and led the effort to raise money for the Bicentennial Project and events. The War of 1812 plates featured an illustration of Fort McHenry with broad stripes, bright stars, and bombs bursting in the air. Sounds like my kind of license plate. How could this go so wrong? The Maryland Motor Vehicle Administration told 11 News that there currently are 798,000 active War of 1812 license plates on the vehicles across the state with bad URLs. The MVA said it does not own the website printed on the plates, and the MVA does not endorse the views or content on the current website using that URL.
Whoops.
Oh, shit. They really screwed up here.
How would you... What was this conversation like to approve putting this URL on hundreds of thousands of license plates without owning it?
It's starspangled200.org.
And you can check that now. Starspangled200.org goes straight to some online casinos. So good job, Maryland.
Okay. Who can we sue?
Everybody.
I guess you could sue somebody saying that I went to this website and then I got addicted to gambling.
The best part of the story, by the way, and I think you'll enjoy this from your IT perspective, is the last line.
Yes, the MVA said it is working with the agency's IT department to identify options to resolve the current issue.
Hey, can you guys go to 800,000 people's houses and change their browser history?
No!
I'm trying to think of what you could do. They would have to have an immense power. It would have to contact every internet service provider in America and tell them to change their specific DNS, how their domain's name resolves when dialing out to this Philippines company. Now, if it's, I mean, we don't know. They could, that Philippines casino could have hosting within the United States. So it'd be incredibly difficult to resolve. I think the IT department is going to go tell them to pound sand.
So, no, they're going to tell them they need, here's the way you respond. We'll get right on this. I need to hire more staff.
I need more staff and an increase in budget.
And all our computers need replaced.
Don't go on the internet is how you solve this problem.
I unplugged the internet. Is that good? We've had stories in the past where I think is it Customs who seizes domains, but that's only if the domain registrar is in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
So one option would be they could try to reach whoever hosts the other company, whatever, and try to buy out the domain, which is my guess as to what they're trying to do. So they will fix their mistake by spending millions of dollars to buy out a domain. So whoever owns starspangled200.org needs to hold out for more money. Or they're going to get a couple of interns and give them Sharpies and say, you have to go find all these people and cover over the address on their license plate.
That's where you make the money.
Whew, it's quite a task. Tracking down 1 million people just about. And that's intern work right there.
All right, you're getting paid $14 an hour, so here's what you need to do. Here's a list and a Sharpie.
Here's a phone book. Good luck.
Don't come back until you have them all.
It's your summer job right there.
Or here's how you do it. You spread the rumor that behind one of these special license plates is a Willy Wonka golden ticket.
Oh, there you go.
They have to all be removed and turned into the Department of Motor Vehicles by a certain date.
They could do a buyback program if they're that hell-bent on this. Like say, hey, people with these plates, we'll buy them back from you at a premium. Yeah, the agency is going to lose some money, but you're going to get these off the road, and you're going to stop gambling.
Stop gambling.
Someone's got. Is someone going to go to jail over this or not? This is a major problem. Now we're talking about it. It is a huge problem.
I think the guy who did this, he got fired, and now he works in.
What are you talking about? His government. He got promoted.
Well, now he works for a different government, and he misprinted Old Damn Neck Road.
He probably works for a consulting company that is consulting on ways to resolve this issue.
So he created the problem. He quit, formed his own company, and now he's consulting back on how to fix it.
Yay! That's what you do.
So you don't think my Willy Wonka ticket idea would work?
It's too out of the box for the government.
But if you spread that around, that one of these license plates has a golden ticket behind it, they all get turned in by tomorrow.
And you get like 1 million people driving around without license plates. It's going to be total anarchy on the road.
I don't know who that guy is. He could be anybody.
All right.
So it says these plates were issued in 2010 until the current current plates featuring the Maryland flag introduced in 2016. So 2010, they're well overdue to replace these anyway. So what the hell?
Yeah. Like that when they come in for their new registration, they got to give up the plates. We want those plates back right now.
I need those plates.
Gonna have to have those plates real soon. Else no registration.
I wonder if Maryland's one of those states that allows you to just keep using the same plate. They send you a new sticker every year, sort of thing. I mean, I've lived in some states where you have to periodically turn in your plates.
Yeah.
But other ones they just let you keep using them for years and years and years as long as you have a sticker.
Would you consider this to be a misprint like the previous road sign, or was this just total airhead boneheads at the Maryland Department
I think this
of
was
Motor
some
Vehicle?
jackass not securing the domain and working with whatever third party currently had it under some sort of handshake deal. But it should have been, even if somebody else had it at the time, which is my guess, there was probably some group who had Star Spangled 200. By the way, that domain sucks. Go find a better one. So you're telling me somebody had Star Spangled Banner 200 or something? What the hell? Anyway.
I want to know what they were planning to have at the website. You know, like they probably hired somebody to make a website, and then they tried to launch it, and they go like, "Hey, where's that domain name?" Oh, Bill was supposed to get it, and so they built the website. What is the website? What was supposed to be there? They don't go into that here.
I wonder if it's on archive.org. Like, if you go to archive.org, is there an older version of this website?
Maybe they have Star Spangled 201.
We miscounted. Shit. Of all the options, I mean, this was .org. Why not .net, .com, .bullshit, whatever.
Who has starspangled69.com? That's the one you got to get. Probably Philippines porn company.
Somebody has all the versions of it.
Probably.
Star Spangled redirecting. Come on, Wayback Machine, hurry up. I want to see if this was an actual website. Yeah, here you go.
Oh, wow. See it.
So here's what it looked like. Some jackass did not renew this domain or something. We'll put this into Carrot Shop.
They bought it for a year, and then he left the company.
I'm willing to bet that's what happened, is somebody probably registered it for a year or 5 years or something, and just that guy got fired because, screw the IT guys.
Yep, it's just a website. And it just flips through old dudes who did some stuff in Maryland.
Old dudes.
Yeah.
Well, but at the top it says official website of the Maryland War of 1812 Bicentennial Commission. Well, how official was it if you didn't own the domain?
Yeah. Now what are you going to tell people?
Computer's broke.
Hey, any of y'all heard about these license plates?
Computer's broke, man. I can't even get that. I tried to learn about War 1812 and go casino, man.
Computer's broke.
I'm only up through War 1806.
Yeah, this is a hell of a site. It looks like
contact the office. I'm going to email them. Let them know they probably want to secure this domain.
Hey, by the way, your computer's broke. You know that?
Computer's broke.
Hey, I'm from the future. Your license plates point to the wrong website.
It looks like this website was created in 1995. And they're supposed to do this like 2007?
It's not that bad. They've got blended transparent GIFs and stuff.
It sucks.
I didn't say it was good. It's just not 1995.
Okay. Where's the rotating skull? I like to see that GIF.
Where's the under construction GIF?
Yeah. Or the dancing baby. That'd be a good one. The dancing baby GIF. That's fun.
With Blue Swede playing in the background.
All right, I think we've done everything we could with this story. You've investigated fully.
You want to just keep Whoa, hold on a second here. Down at the bottom it says, visit the new website of Star Spangled 200 Inc., the 501c3 nonprofit entity affiliated with the Maryland War of 1812 Bicentennial Commission and the organization leading efforts to raise $25 million for bicentennial projects and events.
Bullshit! All of it.
I take it they probably didn't raise that money, did they?
Or they didn't spend it on the their $10 they owe to GoDaddy or whatever.
Where'd that money come? They're taking donations. I wonder what's going on.
Where'd that money go?
We're unraveling Maryland fraud. Okay.
Alrighty.
We're moving on.
Mother.
Let's see. We got a where is it here? Nope, already covered that one. I'm gonna bring up this story. It's not necessarily goofball stuff as much as it simply allows you to play a lot of clips from one of your favorite films, Beyond Thunderdome.
Oh, wow. I like Beyond Thunderdome news.
And if you recall, when they got to Bartertown was powered by
pig feces.
Yep. So here you go.
All right. Well, here's the headline here. Using pig fat as green jet fuel will hurt planet, experts warn.
That's good news.
Wait, it'll hurt the planet, experts? Oh, there's a comma there. Okay.
Using pig fat as green jet fuel will hurt planet. Huh. Okay. They're trying new things, and they're saying it hurts the planet. Does it really, though? I mean, what if our goal is to hurt the planet? Then the goal is achieved. But who knows? Fat in dead pigs, cattle, and chickens are being used to make greener jet fuel. But new study warns it will end up being worse for the planet. Animal fats are considered waste, so aviation fuel made from the material has a much lower carbon footprint.
Kill him!
Demand for fuel made from animal byproducts is expected to triple by 2030, with airlines leading the charge. But experts fear scarcity will force other industries to use palm oil, a huge generator of carbon emissions. So wait, they're saying it's not necessarily the chicken poop and the pig poop. They're saying the demand will raise so high that other people will be like fiending for the stuff, and they'll turn to palm oil. Well, they won't turn back to regular old jet fuel?
Well, I think they mean in general for any sort of industrial use. If what pig fat is currently used for goes to processing for jet fuel, then people will make up the difference using other things by slashing and burning existing forests in order to harvest palm oil.
I see.
Sort of. It's a roundabout way of somehow scamming, so yeah.
Airlines are under pressure to rein in their huge carbon emissions, which mainly come from burning fossil fuel-based kerosene and engines, aircraft engines.
Are airlines really under pressure to rein in their huge carbon emissions?
I don't know. It seems like every time they have one of these global warming summits, everyone's flying their jets. Mm-hmm. So how big of a deal really is it if they're flying there? Then I think John Kerry just came out at a global summit recently saying the farmers, need to stop growing food in an effort to reduce carbon emissions. And that sounds all well and good until you got to eat. What am I supposed to eat? Chicken poop? Pig poop?
Pig fat.
That's going to raise demand, and so I'll be reduced to drinking palm oil directly out of the bottle.
Palm oil. Oh, yeah. God. That'll go right through you, too.
Oh, my God. I'm just sitting around drinking palm oil.
I have to do it.
Drinking palm oil and getting confused this website goes to the wrong place.
Yeah. But a study by Brussels-based Transport Environment, a clean transport campaign group, pointed out there are simply not enough animals slaughtered each year to meet airlines' growing demand for animal fats. Grow more animals.
Yeah, what the hell? That's easy.
Quote, there's not a never-ending supply of animals or animal fat, said Matt Finch from Transport and Environment. So if you put a massive extra demand source from anywhere, from aviation, in this case, the industries where fat is currently being used will have to look for alternatives. And that alternative is palm oil. So aviation indirectly will be responsible for increasing the amount of palm oil being pulled through the European systems. So they are blaming this all. They're blaming palm oil.
Yeah, it's weird that that's the first place they go. Of all the various alternatives, why palm oil is like number one?
It's great.
It's delicious.
It's great.
This is what I want. This is what I need.
The increased use of palm oil is linked to the rising emissions from older forests, which store vast amounts of carbon as they're cleared for new plantations. What? The increased use of palm oil is linked to rising emissions as older forests which store vast amounts of carbon, are cleared for new plantations.
This is somebody starting with a conclusion and working backwards, trying to make it work. So
where are all these new plantations?
Yeah, they're implying that people are cutting down entire forests to start new plantations just for palm oil harvesting.
Where are these new plantations? Brazil, maybe? I don't know.
Don't ask those questions.
Well, it goes on to say the fact that animal fats are used as fuel will come as a surprise to many. For centuries, tallow and lard have been used to make candles, soaps, and cosmetics. Oh, okay. However, over the last 20 years or so, biodiesel made from these animal wastes or from used cooking oils has steadily grown in use in the UK and further afield. Across Europe, fuel made from dead animals has grown 40-fold since 2006, according to the new research. Funny, that's kind of the year where that website in Maryland failed to renew its domain.
That's the last time they renewed that domain.
Yeah. Much of the material is used in cars and trucks as biodiesel, which is classed as a sustainable fuel, and much of it has a lower carbon footprint under the rules. Oh.
So scroll down to where the headline that says, how many dead pigs need to fuel an airplane?
Oh, very curious about that.
Mm-hmm.
According to Transport and Environment, a flight from Paris to New York could need fat from 8,800 dead pigs if all the fuel came from an animal source.
So, as opposed to all the pig fat that doesn't come from animal sources.
Yeah. With the UK likely to restrict the use of animal products and used cooking oils, flights that refuel across Britain will likely to have only a small amount of animal-derived material in their engines. Okay.
I'm not sure. Is there that much pig fat being used in kerosene production for avgas?
I guess I'm just not sure. I'm not clear on this. Among the industries who might have to source different ingredients if aviation consumes a greater share of animal fats are pet food manufacturers. So your pets are going to be drinking palm oil.
Or are they saying you could fatten up your pets and then use them to fly?
Yeah, fly across the Atlantic on your pet. There you go.
One ticket, and here's my fat dog.
Here's the last line here. So if we want to increase aviation sustainability at the expense of truck sustainability, then crack on. But that's the decision for governments to make. Okay. They're basically telling you to go pound sand. Is that they don't want you to fly. They don't want you to look for alternative fuels. They don't want to they just want you to not go anywhere.
That's kind of what I'm getting out of this is that while this starts as an oddball story, as you dig into it, I don't think that there's that much, jet fuel, avgas, whatever you want to call it, being made from biodiesels. I don't think most of those biodiesels are coming from pig fat. I think they're just trying to scare you into, if we keep moving on this, we're going to burn down all the forests, and then that's going to be your fault.
And stay home. They want you to go to jail, is what they want.
Yeah, he needs to go to jail.
They want you to go to jail.
So yeah, stay in your 15-minute city.
So
which is also a conspiracy theory.
You got an animated GIF of a pig up there. It looks like a pet pig. Doesn't look like to be a biodiesel pig just yet, although that is a fat porker on screen. Looks like it could power at least 2 jets.
Get that plane at the end of the runway.
Yeah.
Sorry, folks, we're out. It's how far as we got.
All right, let's go to another story here. We're learning a lot today.
Piss harder, you orbs.
Do you want a quick follow-up story on that spaghetti madness from a few weeks ago?
Love one. I've been thinking about this.
I've been waking up in the middle of the night thinking about all that spaghetti.
It is quite a significant story that kind of disappeared. What happened to the person who dumped hundreds of pounds of pasta in New Jersey? And it was, I woke up in cold sweats thinking about this. This could happen in my backyard. Who's accountable? Who can I sue? Who's going to go to jail?
There's a short news story on this one, but
I
didn't bet it.
Okay. Let me take a look. Let me take a listen over here. Short and better news story. Here we go.
Strange case of pasta dumping in New Jersey. Authorities have decided they will not file charges against the man who dumped 500 pounds of uncooked noodles in the woods in Old Bridge. Giant piles of pasta stretched for more than 25 feet in the wooded area earlier this month. Community advocates say the unidentified man who did this has a history of mental illness.
Yeah, he needs to go to jail.
Guy just hates pasta.
So they're taking pity on him? That's bullshit.
Maybe they're afraid.
We begin right now with breaking news. Actor Danny Masterson has been found guilty of 2 counts of forcible rape. Masterson was charged with raping 3 women.
He's one of the actors from That 70s Show.
Oh.
He's been found guilty, though. He's a bad dude.
Of dumping pasta? Oh, was he the pasta bandit?
No, Danny Masterson was found guilty of 2 counts of rape, which I think is far more significant than dumping pasta. Well, this guy, the pasta dumper, the mystery surrounding the trail of pasta that wound up in New Jersey has finally been solved. Officials announced that no charges will be filed against the man responsible for dumping over 500 pounds of pasta in the woods earlier this month. Community advocates say the unidentified man has a history of mental illness. Well, how do they know he's unidentified? Residents of Old Bridge were startled when the heaping servings of macaroni spaghetti in ziti were strewn along the stream of Veteran Park. What if he's honoring Memorial Day? We don't know. Pre-game.
Or the 200th anniversary of the Star Spangled Banner.
Yes, police believe the giant pile of uncooked pasta, which stretched for more than 25 feet in the wooded area, were removed from the packaging and then dumped along the creek. No shit, they were removed from the packaging. We didn't see any packaging. We don't know if this was Chef Boyardee, if this was ramen. We don't know who made this shit.
It's all store-brand garbage.
Yeah. Officers say they were initially unaware of the incident because there were no calls or reports from any residents except via Facebook posts. You don't check your tweets, motherfucker?
We didn't know anything about that.
I tagged you on Instagram. No more 911 calls. I just tag people. I tagged the police department.
I guarantee that's happened somewhere where someone hasn't called 911. They send somebody a DM.
I DM'd the police department. It's supposed to be here. Once the report was generated, 2 public work employees arrived to clean up the area. Authorities.
Hey, go clean that up.
What a bullshit day they got.
On an unrelated story, the next day the Public Works Department had a pasta feed for the local community.
Authorities say they were unable to dispose of all the pasta in under an hour.
They were able.
No, they were able to dispose. Okay, they got that done in an hour?
Or did someone go on? What's the way that's phrased, it could almost be like somebody ate it.
Yeah. They're not very clear in how this was done.
Eat it.
Or did the Public Works folks just go push it farther down in the creek?
Yeah, they just pushed it into the creek. It's done.
I like to eat.
Technically, that's a different township, so that's their problem.
We created a pasta dam for the beavers. They're
it's
happy
spelled
now.
DAMN. Oh, wait. Crap. We need new signs.
I can't believe that they didn't arrest this guy. Not even a fine for the work required to come out and fix this pasta stuff.
Maybe maybe he threatened them or maybe they felt threatened because he was threatening to break into their house and steal all their pasta too.
Why didn't this guy try to get away with it slowly over time? You know how in jailbreak movies, or they'll dig out a tunnel.
Andy Dufresne and
little by little,
Shawshank.
By little,
one
leaving
noodle at a time.
Yeah, leaving dirt in the yard. But this guy, he takes little by little and leaves it at the grocery store. It's someone must have spilled something. Every week, he's spilling just a little bit of his 500 pounds of pasta until next thing you know, it's all taken care of.
But why the grocery store? Why not do it someplace that would just confuse people? Go to City Hall and leave one noodle every week.
Well, you want to be one noodle every week. You know how long that would take? He'd be into his.
I'm not the one with 500 pounds of pasta to get rid of. I'm just suggesting that your method works if you're really dedicated.
Look, you got to have your pockets full of pasta every time you show up to the grocery store. And then when you get to the pasta
Wait, so you're
aisle,
dumping like handfuls of pasta on the floor in the grocery store?
Yes.
That's gonna draw attention to you.
No, it won't.
Because someone's gonna have to be like, why do I have to keep cleaning up only after this weird guy's here?
You create a distraction. So you have your buddy come with you, and he starts pushing over like bins of water and like starts freaking out on the ground. You run to the pasta aisle, empty out your pockets, and you do the whole thing again next week.
He goes over to the produce section and takes the orange from the bottom of the pile. Oh, God, sorry. Oranges everywhere.
Just starts freaking out, pushing over the sample trays and everything like that. And it's like everyone will be distracted by your friend while you can dispose of the pasta on the ground. And then you say, hey, I think someone spilled some pasta back there in aisle 11, the pasta aisle. I'll see you next week in the pasta aisle.
Now I'm going to be confused next time at the grocery store to see if there's like spilled pasta in the pasta aisle.
Yep. That's the one way to do it. Then you wouldn't have to have this whole hubbub, and then there's like people in your community who think that you have a history of mental illness when you do not. And that's what they're claiming. You don't need that kind of hassle. You don't need that stigma in the community.
Oh, people like talking about you behind your back. Don't talk to that guy. He's got some history of mental illness.
Yeah. He's always walking around.
Hates pasta.
He's always walking around with pasta in his pockets.
Just pockets full of pasta.
He's jangling. The bums are asking for change, and he throws some pasta in their hat.
Here's a bunch of dry macaroni, bastards.
This is another way to dispose of it.
By the way, that's your show art suggestion. So a guy with pasta, pockets full of pasta.
Pockets full of pasta. Walking through New Jersey.
By the way, I did find this picture, which is close. I think it's dry goods, not pasta. But here's someone who's also trying to dispose of, come on, load faster. There it goes. Trying to dispose of pasta in the grocery store.
That works.
One bucket at a time. I think this guy bit off way too much here.
That's. I mean, you're going to have several cargo pants to have that. So you'll wear a pair of cargo pants, and then you're carrying a pair of cargo pants filled with pasta in order to dump that load.
A second pair. Now the question is, do you have to put on the second pair before you dump that load?
You might have to wear both pairs of cargo pants. You kind of look like you're an overweight gentleman who's very crunchy as he walks.
What about just a massive backpack?
Yeah. You could use a backpack, I guess, but that's conspicuous. You're not gonna. People are gonna start noticing. Like, well, at least if you got like parachute pants or MC Hammer pants, something big.
MC Hammer pants.
You're just gonna look
MC Hammer pants and a hockey bag on your back.
You're just gonna look like a regular American out for a shop, and I'm here just to shop. That's all I'm doing. And yeah, you gotta be pretty slick about this. Okay. Well, that one I can sleep easy tonight. Now knowing that there's a mentally unstable man out there who they refuse to send to jail.
Who may or may not be planning to dispose of more pasta.
Yeah. There's a lunatic out there who loves pasta, and they refuse to do anything about it in New Jersey.
I'm just impressed that the two people they sent out from the Department of Public Works was able to dispose of that in under an hour.
Those guys deserve a promotion. Really, they solved the problem. Honestly, they could have cordoned off the entire section as biohazard, get the police out there, put some tape up there, collect some evidence, and then think about it for the next 2 weeks. But no, they got it done in under an hour. That's amazing. That's like the fastest government work ever.
Yeah, they should have. First thing they said was they need to hire more people.
Yeah. We're going to have to contract this out. This job's too big for us.
I'm not pasta certified. You better get somebody else out here. I don't know about that. Step one is take a 2-week OSHA course on pasta disposal.
I guess we could fill in some potholes.
Nah, it's all right. Rod Stewart's got to cut.
Pasta potholes. The problem solved.
Yeah, Rod Stewart and Schwarzenegger standing by to fill in potholes.
Shoveling pasta into road holes.
It's bullshit, all of it.
So why are the roads so mushy now?
Yeah, it works fine until it rains. This works great. Next day, shit. Didn't think of it.
Yeah. Well, they're actors. They're not and singers. They're not like, chefs.
They're not structural engineers.
Yeah. They're not freelance architects like me.
Oh, they're freelance transportation engineers.
They're freelance construction and road repair crew, but they don't know this stuff. You learn this by trial and error. All right, get another story here. Look at this shit.
All right, so here's a guy in Vancouver who's stealing a bunch of stuff, but he's very specific to what he's stealing.
Very particular.
It's raising some questions.
Yeah, I have questions. Let's see here. Toothpaste thief caught with $2,100 worth of tubes in North Vancouver.
That's good news.
How do we know he wasn't like COVID stockpiling? Like they were, like, you know, people like hoarded.
There's going to be a run on toothpaste. I got it all.
Yeah, like there's a run on hand sanitizer, masks, and everything. Toilet paper. You know, remember the toilet paper struggles we had early in the pandemic? This guy's just getting ahead of the curve. In fact, this guy might be a key bellwether that the fact that there might be another pandemic coming.
What does he know? When did he
exactly?
know it?
Who is he connected to? Who are his family members? We'll find out as we read this article. This is from the 29th. So it was a minty fresh crime that resulted in the attempt to nab $2,000 or $2,100 worth of toothpaste from a local grocery store. So he cleaned them out. I mean, how much does an average grocery store have on hand?
You think he cleared out the whole toothpaste aisle?
I would imagine so. Like your average grocery store probably has, I'm guessing, just think about it. Close your eyes, people, and then picture you're at the grocery store buying toothpaste. And you're looking down there. How much is one tube of toothpaste? $500, right? Maybe I'm overestimating a little bit.
I'd say average, I don't know, $3 or $4, right?
Yeah, I would say so.
It's just toothpaste these days.
So like 60 toothpaste tubes.
Your math is, I'm suspicious of your math here.
Where's ChatGPT in this one?
Yes, ChatGPT. How much does $2,100 worth of toothpaste weigh?
Yeah, how much does that get you? So he cleared out the local grocery store. In a tweet, the North Vancouver Royal Canadian Mounted Police say officers near the Superstore on Seymour Boulevard on Friday when they spotted a man running out of an emergency exit followed by staff. So this guy says hot pursuit.
That's right. He got all our toothpaste.
He took every last drop we had.
He's not even using it.
There's a tweet by the North Vancouver Royal Canadian Mounted Police. They tweeted this out to let people know. Talk about being at the right place at the right time. On Friday, officers were near the Superstore for an unrelated matter when they observed a man running out of an emergency exit followed by staff. Officers jumped into action and arrested him and returned the $2,100 worth of toothpaste. It sounds like that's tainted product at that point.
Yeah, they shouldn't return that. Did they just put it back on the shelves?
Yeah, that's damaged goods. It goes to the lesser known like grocery stores like Save-A-Lot, or all the off-brand stuff that they sell.
Try and Save.
Police say Mounties arrested the man on the scene and returned the toothpaste. We think he was trying to make a clean getaway, but was unsuccessful. A clean getaway.
I was going to say, they didn't lean into the dental puns on this one.
How could you have done this?
When they talk about taking a bite out of crime.
Yeah, bite out of crime.
By the way, one of these photos here, if you scroll down, they've got a photo of he's got a wagon. First of all, where'd the wagon come from?
Yeah, they got a wagon here.
Is that his getaway vehicle? But he's got two bags. If you notice, all the toothpaste is Sensodyne brand.
That's a very particular brand. And it's expensive.
This guy's suffering from
gum disease.
Some sort of gingivitis or some sort of other malady. He should see a dentist.
This guy could have been a dentist, and he's selling black market toothpaste to people. And look at the wagon. It is a kid's wagon. It's not like your old school radio flyer or something that's cool. He probably stole the wagon too. Have they tracked that back to who was missing a wagon in the area?
Maybe that same store.
And I find it hard to believe that the grocery store had this amount of Sensodyne out on the shelves.
Yeah, that is suspicious. How much is Sensodyne? I think that's more expensive.
I'm saying like Sensodyne's like $8 a tube. That's some classy stuff.
Sensodyne. $7, yeah.
See?
So 2,100, 2,100 by 7. It's 300 tubes of toothpaste.
I'll give you $10,000.
Hulk, that's too much. Yeah. Don't pay that much.
So you figure on the black market, he's probably selling the tubes for about maybe $4, $5. You know, I mean, you gotta hit up the right spots. You gotta go to the old folks' homes and start moving this kind of product. You gotta go to clinics. You're like, hey, what do you need? You start hanging out at the dentist's office. Like, hey, I hear you have mouth problems.
That's where you go, right outside of the dental office.
I'm looking at your mouth.
People some black market toothpaste.
I see your teeth. It looks like you used a little help. How about a little Sensodyne? You know, it's the best stuff. This stuff is cut straight. It's not been stepped on by anybody. This is the good stuff from Colombia.
He's at home filling his bathtub and then like cutting the toothpaste with like shaving cream and stuff. Yeah. I'll make my money back yet.
Extend the life on this stuff.
I get 5 tubes out of 1 tube this way. This is less some cop. This is less than 1% toothpaste. What the hell is this?
This is barely toothpaste.
It's mostly bathroom caulk.
This has been stepped on 12 times since it's gotten to the consumer.
This is just mostly heroin at this point.
Oh, maybe. Maybe.
No one wants that.
Well, this guy definitely needs to go to jail. No doubt about that.
You think this is the same guy maybe who was dumping pasta? He has a history of mental illness.
That is true. And collecting things.
Yeah, if there was if this happened, if it was Vancouver grocery store reports $2,000 worth of toothpaste stolen, and then the next week $2,000 worth of toothpaste dumped in New Jersey
by a creek.
This guy's got some sort of malady. He's got a condition.
Yeah, he needs to go to jail.
Absolutely,
he should, but he will have fresh breath and white teeth.
Mm-hmm.
And healthy gums.
And pasta. He's carb loading.
All the pasta he can eat. Just pockets full of pasta.
Mm-hmm. All right, Gretchen, one more story here.
I just can't do it. I can't take this shit no more, man.
I do have another Taylor Swift related story, but we've done a bunch of those.
I don't think people like her on the show. Like when we cover the story, we don't get
they're all about huge amounts of money being spent. So, let's go with this one, just because it's always amusing, and I know we have Hawaiian listeners who put up with nonstop tourists doing touristy crap.
You know who else is in Hawaii right now?
Oh, maybe this was AJ.
That's right.
This is about a Hawaiian tourist. So.
Oh, boy. Another tourist following GPS directions mistakenly drives car into Hawaii Harbor.
Exactly.
Oh, boy. And they have a news report on this as well.
They do.
Okay. Well,
with video of the incident.
Oh, wow. Oh, boy.
Lacey, thanks, Guy. A driver swam to safety after an SUV went into the water at Honokohau Harbor on Hawaii Island.
Hurry, it's going under. Hurry up and get out.
Good Samaritans on a boat were on hand to assist the driver, who they say is an out-of-state visitor. The driver told her rescuers that she was following GPS directions when she took a turn down a boat ramp. She apparently thought that the water was a big puddle.
She did take some time. She ended up grabbing her backpack, her purse, all of her belongings that she could grab before she got out. And I'm kind of frustrated with it because I know that as soon as it starts to actually go underwater, she's in trouble because she finally started to move her way out. So we were able to just toss her a floating device and she was able to climb on board our boat.
No injuries were reported, and we're told that the vehicle has been pulled out of the water. Now, this comes just a few weeks after a similar scene from Hawaii Island. Another visitor said they were following their vehicle's navigation system when they drove right into the same harbor. They also got out safely.
Yes.
Why are there so many cars in that one spot?
Why don't they contact the GPS companies at this point? Obviously, there's something going on here. Like that data, that mapping data is not leading people in the right direction.
There was a throwaway line in there. So my question is, how do you confuse a puddle and the ocean?
Well, I mean, it's a very big puddle, like the biggest puddle in the world.
I guess. No, I wouldn't even say technically. No, I'm not even going to go with that. Is that so? If it's a puddle, let's go benefit out. It's a puddle with deep water. They were planning to drive through that. How many times have we seen stories about people who get their cars stuck in water that's only a foot deep?
These are old people driving like SUVs. They think they're invincible. But I think they're just going to ram right through anything, and it's all good.
Or maybe they're rental vehicles. They're like, screw it, it's a rental.
I got insurance on this thing. Doesn't matter.
I paid for that insurance. I'm going to earn it.
Yeah. It's fully covered. They did say the vehicle was subsequently pulled out of the water. So is that considered a salvage? Like it's a shipwreck and it's now salvaged? So it's
a shipwreck. Or if somebody else pulls it out, is it salvaged and that guy now owns it?
Yeah, it's mine now.
You abandoned your craft? I salvaged it. Pay up.
Fuck Enterprise and their rental cars. It's mine now.
Calling Lloyd's of London. I'm filing a claim.
They said that it just weeks. This most recent incident came after a few weeks ago. Another pair of tourists were following the vehicle's navigation system. So that's the last.
Yeah, that one was May 2nd, and this one was May 30th. Yesterday. So apparently, this is a thing to just. And what do you want to do tonight? I don't know. Let's drive over that puddle.
It looks like what gives it away that it's not a puddle are all the boats.
In it.
All the boats in the water kind of give away.
The aircraft carrier in the puddle.
The deepest puddle I've ever seen.
Look how deep this puddle is. I bet we can get this rental SUV through it.
Record deepness, right?
It's got record deepness. Let's go measure it.
The deepest puddle of the world.
Got deepest puddle. Yeah, that'll be the next story is couple discovers deepest puddle.
Well, luckily they're okay. And these old people just fall in the direction.
I think they should salvage the car and then throw them back in.
Yeah, they need to go to jail for this. They're not going to learn.
Yeah, he needs to go to jail.
They need to go to ocean jail.
Yeah. They really should. Something's going on there.
Oh my God, Jay.
This is Kailua Kona on the Big Island, so I guess there wouldn't be aircraft carriers there.
Yeah.
We're going to call the aquarium or something, dude.
There are all sorts of yachts. You're absolutely right that maybe that's your first indication that this puddle has a bunch of boats in it and some docks leading into it.
Yeah. And they're out-of-state drivers, you know.
Now, to your point, do you think they had bad mapping information, or are they just not really knowing where they're going? And
well, there's two maps that I know of that people primarily use: Google Maps and Apple Maps.
Apparently, one of them is trying to kill people.
Yeah. So, which one was used here wasn't mentioned in the news story at all.
You know, you're right. That is suspicious. So it says it happened at the Honokahau Small Boat Harbor. So let's see if I can find that.
Oh, you know what? It could be the onboard nav system of the rented vehicle.
And those are always trash.
They still suck so bad. They're never updated. And, so the people could sue the car company, the rental place.
Okay, so one of these stories says it was a 2020 vehicle. So figure 2020 sold in 2019. It has mapping data probably from a few years prior to that. Yeah. So it's sometime between when they loaded the mapping data onto the vehicle and when the people were driving it, they built the ocean.
Sue everybody.
Sue the ocean. Shouldn't be there.
I'm going to sue Poseidon.
Yeah.
Small Boat Harbor. Well, shit, if I look on Google Maps, there's like, okay, it's over here. Never mind. Google Maps has it in the wrong spot, but this is not a road here.
Well, we don't need any roads. Now we're going.
we're going. We don't need.
We're going straight into the goddamn puddle, the biggest puddle ever.
These are the people who like drive into shit in just broad daylight too. I'm just looking at the map here, and it's clearly you are in a boating area. There's two boat ramps here. There's just vehicles, boat trailers, boats everywhere. You have to know this is not the way to the restaurant.
Yeah,
it's a shortcut.
I'm glad everyone's safe. Everyone's
go to Hawaii. Don't trust your rental car's built-in navigation. It will try to kill you.
It will. Oh, boy. Oh, well, hey, thank you, everyone, for hanging out. I think we'll be back on Saturday. I think we will.
I'll be here on Saturday. Where are you going? Are you going to Hawaii to go salvage some SUVs?
My wife's birthday, so we're going out to eat, but that's not until later. But I'll have to talk it over.
Do you have to go to some place and stand in line all day?
Yeah. No. It'll be okay. I'm disoriented right now. It's been a long day.
All that Havana syndrome?
Yeah, that Havana syndrome and the damn puppy keeping me up. And
one of your clients not renewing their domain name?
Yeah. But we'll be back on, I think, Saturday, And we'll have more news, more fun, more shenanigans, and, we'll be here. And we'll have some announcements of Cretchen won't be here for certain days in June. I have a wedding I need to go to at the end of June for my clown baby brother.
Clowny's getting married?
He's getting married at the end of June, so I'll be there. And so there will be a few shows, but we'll get it done. We'll make stuff happen for everyone out there.
We can pre-record a whole bunch of them.
Yeah. It'll be like we're not even gone.
You wouldn't even know. We just keep talking about generic stuff.
Well, if we don't pre-record stuff, I'm just going to release old episodes like what Charlie does. He does like rebroadcasts and like a replay. And I was like, okay, I'll play some stuff from 2015, 2016. From
See if anyone notices.
2019. Like, really, same stuff over and over again. Besides like really big events like Epstein dying or the pandemic, but for the most part, same crap. But if you want to support the show, go to obdmpod.com. There's ways to join a Discord by submitting to the whims of Patreon or PayPal donation. There's links to merchandise and all that kind of stuff. So thank you, everyone. We'll be doing some more drawbridge donations here soon to thank people. Ooh, late night people. Well, hey, thank you, everyone. Shabaloo. Thank you, Cratchit.
Keep watching the skis, y'all.
Brought to you by Pfizer.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown.
Drugs or sex?
By the way, I don't take no orders from no women.
Man, oh man.
And I'd sit in cow manure.
Awesome.
So, mama.
No.
That's about all.
Shablagoo. Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.
We're done! No.
The show is over!
Let me get your
Get
supplies.
the fuck
Let me
out
get
of
the
here!
cleaning supplies.
Look at this shit.
Oh, I hit the glory hole right here.
I guess use a glory hole? Like, that's not